Hey everyone, in this part of the tutorial we are going to create this part of the model, and I believe we will have a little time to model at least the base of the handle this time, but we will see. Now for this part I want to create a hole in it which matches this part, so I want to go to edit mode and I want to select this down region. You can select this region by selecting one corner, holding Shift plus Control and selecting the other corner. This will select the whole region, but I turn on my screencast keys now, and we can separate it by selection, because this part of the model won't be visible in the final render, and we can start modeling with that. Now I want to go to edit mode and then delete all these edges, and I now want to extrude these edges out. So E to extrude, then S to scale, and as you can see it is not consistent. I mean this is not that big space than this. Of course we can eyeball it to match it, but I don't like eyeballing that much, so I want to select these faces, I to insert, and if I press now O, I can insert it outwards. So now this is consistent, the space is that big here than here. Now we can select this loop and delete it, and also we can delete this part now. Here we can extrude out these parts, then scale it on the y-axis. We can jump into right orthographic view to check how it is looking. I lost the selection, and scale it a bit more. As you can see, the reference image is off. Don't really care about it, doesn't really matter. We are going according to the front image. Now we can select these and extrude them out, then S and scale it on the x-axis. In the front view you can check where it should go, somewhere right there, like that. Then you can extrude it again, scale it, and grab it somewhere to position, somewhere there, and then extrude again, scale on the x-axis. Of course it's not visible, but you can scale it there somewhere. Now I want to select these edges and bring it somewhere there, and then we can grab this one a bit here. Now what we can do is add a solidify modifier. What it will do is create thickness to the object. I go to flat view so we can see easier what's going on. As you can see, this is way too big. We can change it, this here a bit. Of course it jumps too fast even if I hold shift, so I just type in 0.01 or maybe 0.012, and Then we can work with only these vertices, and it will apply the scale here. I also want to check in even thickness. Now what we can do is put two loops here, and then I want to slide these edges down a bit, and these as well. And maybe a bit more, or maybe we can scale it in a bit also. Maybe this one a bit, I don't know, we'll see later. And now if we put loops here, it's okay, we can create squares, but if we try to put here, it won't work. So we want to cut this here like that, and then if we put a loop here, these are more or less squares. But of course now we have two triangles, we can deal with that easily. Just put a loop here and scale it in a bit, then slide it a bit outwards. That way we got rid of the triangle. Also we have a better edge flow, because this edge can go around here, and this is what we want. Also we can put a loop here, or maybe not, we'll see. Of course we did all that only in one side, so I select this half, X vertices, and then we can assign a mirror modifier, and this has to be in the top, and be sure to check merge option in if it isn't checked. And I think now we can apply this. There's some ways to apply things. You can press Ctrl A if you want to use the shortcut, or you can apply it from this drop down menu, doesn't really matter. The shortcut is faster, I like it. Now as you can see, it did a great job. I'm thinking if we should put a loop here. Yeah, maybe it's better that way, I don't know. So we can scale this loop in the x-axis 0, and this piece of the model is, I think, almost ready. Now we can mark creases so that it won't get distorted that much. So select these edges, and also I want to select these. Right here, and crease it. Now I want to bevel it, so I press on this edge, Shift G, crease, Ctrl B, mouse wheel up once, and then profile of 1, and we wanted to change this part. So here in meter outer, change this to arc. That way it is easier to clean up. And also I want to get rid of the mean crease. Now we could deal with this topology, I mean this bevel cleanup better, but for that we would need more topology. So because this is a flat face, I don't really care about it. So I'm going to cut here, somewhere in the middle, also from this vertex, somewhere in the middle. Hit enter and then connect these two. However, you can, if you want, connect these two vertices by selecting them and then pressing J on. Now I want to make this straight, so I scale it in the x-axis 0 and grab it somewhere in the middle. Now I want to do the same thing basically in this side, so Y somewhere in the middle, right click, enter, K and X here, enter. And also I want to do it in this side, so Y here, X here, and connect this. And we have to do it in the bottom side. I don't know what happened here. Probably we had a crease there. No problem, we can just delete these, Ctrl X, and move this in the y-axis to this vertex, and move this to this vertex. And also now we have to connect these. Now we have all quads, and if we press the, if we check the wireframe, we can see that this is not that bad. So I think we finished with this piece. So I'm going to apply this mirror modifier and then get rid of the wireframe, also shade it smooth. We have a problem here because we have some inner faces. I don't know how we did that, but that's an easy fix. Select these and these, and X faces, oops, faces, it should fix this problem. Now if we check it, the hole should match this, but we also want to add a holding edge here for that. Yes, this is perfect. I like it. Now for the handle, also we have another part, this one. I'm going to create it with another cylinder, but I want to start small. Like 16 vertices now as well, and scale it in quite a bit, then scale it a bit more and grab it somewhere here, Alt Z, scale this somewhere there, and we want to snap this to the bottom of this part, so we can grab it, hold Ctrl and snap it there. If yours doesn't snap, for example, to the bottom vertex, you can change this center value. If I now press and put it here, it will jump to the center. The object's center will jump to the vertex. If we set it up like the closest point, which is this one, and this, the top face, will jump to the vertex that we are pointing at. So in the reference image, as you can see, this is a bit off. I don't know if it is it should look like this, or this is by mistake, but I want to place this cylinder in the middle, so I want to grab it. We can go to wireframe mode, and we can now check the center point and move this to the center. If you applied more subdivision for that, you can just disable it, or I mean, you can assign only one, and this will make a cut in the center, and you can place it more easily. Now I want to get out of wireframe mode, and I think this piece is okay now. I'll isolate it with period. I want to go to the top view with 7, then go to edit mode, and I want to select these faces, I to insert, X to delete, then grid fill these, match this, then grid fill these. I want to apply the scale of it, so Ctrl A, scale, and I want to bevel these edges by Ctrl B, probably like that much, I don't know. We can apply a subdivision modifier and we can check how it looks. Also shade it smooth. I think it is okay. Also you can put a loop in the middle if you want. I think this is correct. And now we can come to this handle part. So for that I want to start off with this piece. Tab, select only one loop, Shift D, duplicate it, P, separate by selection, then select only this one. Go to edit view mode, and I want to delete every second vertex, so I'm going to do it like so, just because that way we can work with a little less subdivision. And I also want to scale these kinda like match the reference a bit more, because if we apply a subdivision for it, it will decrease it a bit, so this is kinda okay, maybe a tiny bit more. Then I want to extrude it somewhere here. As you noticed, red faces, these aren't good. Alt N, recalculate outside. And now we can add in loops so that everything is squared. And we can grab this middle one here and with O you can turn on proportional editing. Also with this button you can turn it on. And if you now hit S to scale, sorry, I changed it to bounded box center, how it was anyways when we left off. So with S I scale it, then with the mouse wheel we can change how much the fall off is, how much the radial that is affected by this proportional editing. Now if we do a shift, or I mean an x-axis, we can only scale it on that, and we can try to match this. Select this, scale it on X. And also, of course, we want to make it a bit bigger. So I want to scale this a bit more, maybe starting from here. Now I turn off proportional editing and scale this one a bit, and then this one a bit, and also this. So now if we jump to 3 view, yours reference is off probably. I moved it a bit forward and a bit down so that it matches the model we have. And now we can jump here. If we select this vertex and press Shift S, we can do a cursor to select it. And now if we select this one and scale it, and also changing this to 3D cursor, the transform pivot point, we can scale it to the 3D cursor. Everything will move to there. So if we jump here and enable proportional editing again, we can scale it in a bit here, also here a bit. Also I want to disable move the cursor here, scale it again. However, anyways, if you don't like the fall off of this proportional editing, you can change it here. If you change it to sharp, it will look something like more sharp. Maybe it's more visible here. It doesn't that smooth. It's more moved in this part. I want to change this back to smooth, but maybe this weird one would be okay for this, but I like it on smooth. Scale it. And scale this one out a tiny bit, and also this one. Also, I want to scale these out, and this. So now if we check, we should have a pretty decent model. If we apply shade smoothing, we can check how it looks, and I think it's good. Now I also want to extrude down these to here, and below the hole, scale it a bit on the x-axis, and then check it in the tree view if it's okay. I change the pivot here, scale it a bit down, also GG it a bit up, and then I want to grid fill this. Oops, grid fill, not like that. Change the span to 2 and the offset like that, and then I want to insert this one, and then with Alt S scale it outwards, something like that, maybe a bit more. Go to the side view, grab it to this vertex, and then select this one and move it down a bit, maybe something like that, and then check how it looks. If you want to check it with a more rough material, you can do it. You can change the matte cap here. You can select anything. Maybe I will change this to this. That way any distortion, if anything is off, can be seen more easily. But I think it mostly looks okay. The down part as well. So I think that's it for the third part of the tutorial. In the next part we are going to create the detailing. So we are going to create this hole here, also these patches here, these little circles, and the holding for the finger, this I don't know what that's called. We are going to create this detail here also, and also this one, because now it is not how it's supposed to go. So thank you for watching, meet you in the next video, bye.